And speaking of locking it down, hello and welcome to this week's episode of Pit Against a Live Push Up and Colin Show. I'm William Table and Legs, and I'm joined by my constant co-host Kevin Smurph. Kevin, what's up?
What's up?
Oh yeah, heck yeah, sound great, dude.
Yep.
Pit Against is a live call-in show. If you'd like to be live on air talking to us about your hot take, you can join the Pit Against Discord by clicking on the link in the description. Join the waiting room channel. Put your hot take in the topics text channel if you like to put it on air. Otherwise, you can just send a message in chat or in the comments, and then I might be able to bring it up for you. But for the moment, yeah, Kevin, what actually is up? What's up with you?
I am trying to get the last bit of prep in before Singapore.
Right now,
I
on
have
stream.
3 days until I leave.
Oh.
So
It's coming up. I mean, you can test while you're there.
Yep. I can, but I need to have everything ready to go by the time I get there, which also means I'm recording and editing another video this weekend and also trying to finish out the written version of the thing.
And getting your testing in.
Yeah.
So
it is 39 pages currently.
God dang. Yeah. So that's going on with you. What's going on with me is I am currently buying like nacho supplies, and I am excited to watch the Pro Tour going on. We both have cats on screen.
Yep.
We're ready to watch Pro Tour Singapore. I'm really excited for it. Dual cat stream. Both of them are fidgety and maybe potentially angry. Speaking of Pro Tour Singapore and cats, my first take that I was going to bring up is how wide is this meta actually? So my hot take is this meta's wide, but for a more modern 3.0 Flesh and Blood, we have a quote-unquote best deck, and decks beating the best deck, and maybe it's not that wide, right? So my take would be, to explain it more, is Gravy Bones is pretty good. Syndra and Slippy and maybe Prism, other decks have come up to like fight Gravy Bones specifically because he's doing kind of gross stuff. Where where actually is the meta?
It looks very similar to the London meta, I think.
Okay. So a lot of
in that you have your board state deck that is setting the standard for what everything else has to do.
Oh, true.
Which Gravy Bones is just Enigma Light.
Yeah.
And people have made this comparison a ton, where it's like he's secretly a Mystic hero because all of his blues are good for consistency and yada yada yada.
Love me blues.
Yep. And he generates a bunch of gold and has a bunch of filtering, and the deck is good and it's consistent because it's a blue-based deck. Like, it's just what it is. It's definitely more fragile than Enigma was. The armor suite is still good, but doesn't block nearly as numerically well as Enigma's did.
And allies are different than Ward. And then, so like there's still like stuff there, but that's just your numerical check, your board state deck that every deck has to have a game plan for, which doesn't necessarily make Gravy Bones the best deck. Sure.
But you cannot be the best deck unless you have a plan for Gravy Bones.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Like it's the top of the it's not necessarily the top of the meta, and Gravy Bones is still very good. He still could be the best deck, but he's not inherently the best deck. Like, you have fundamentally Gravy Bones decks that check Gravy Bones in Syndra and Slippy, and then decks that try to beat those decks and try to be okay into Gravy Bones, which Verdance was trying to be, but she's not super great at it. Verdance is like fine into those, and Prism is probably a better example, although that's also just a deck that's good into Gravy Bones overall.
So the go ahead.
There's like, I think there's like 4 decks that are at that top level, the tier 1, and then there's like probably 15 decks that are in tier 2.
Well, that's actually what I was going to ask, is my metric for how wide the meta is if how many heroes are in the, you ask what hero I'm playing, I say this hero name, you say, oh, okay. How many are in that tier list? Like, is it 20
Let's
heroes?
see.
God dang.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at least.
That's enough. That's enough for me to feel like the meta's versatile. As long as they're not all doing the same thing, right? So if like
they're almost all doing different things.
We have, a lot of repeat characters, which is another thing I'm going to bring up actually. But if they were all the same character, then maybe it doesn't mean as much. But if they're 8 fairly unique characters, then I think that's actually fine. Okay, my odd take fizzles. So it's spicy, but it's probably not true.
So Verdance, Azalea, assuming she lives, Dash.io, Marionette. I don't think I actually put Victor there. I don't think I put Florian there. Basilio, Jarl, maybe Dory, like maybe Fang, Kano, Kasai, Vincent, Katsu could be up there.
If you said a Vincent, Basilio,
yeah,
I kind of put them together.
They might be like at the bottom of that tier, but
sure,
they're still up there where it's like, I understand what you're trying to hit. You're trying to hit. Vincent's trying to hit one half, Basilio's trying to hit the other half.
Which is cool, and I like those characters. I like that they're in the meta, and I know people who do like playing those characters.
Yes.
I'll pivot the conversation unless you got any more to talk about that.
No, I think there's 4 decks if like you're really trying to maximize your chance of winning, and then there's like 10 decks if you're
a specialist.
You're a specialist, you're more comfortable on that than anything at the top, or you think you found something unique into the top decks.
You think we'll have any... Okay, the brief question. You think we'll have any surprises in Singapore? Vincent pops off. We have 3 in the top 8.
No. I think that's like not possible to have 3 Vincents in top 8.
Well, I guess that's more the example where the point is any big surprises. I think the meta like feels kind of solved. Not solved.
Is a possibility, but unlikely. I think 2 Asilio is way more likely than 2 Vincent.
Yeah. But that's kind of spicy.
Yeah.
That would be a possible. Big storyline.
I don't think Fang does it. I think Dio could put like 2 in top 8 potentially.
For similar reasons. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. 3 prisms in top 8.
We could see 3 prisms in top 8
again.
Like I look at this metagame and I'm like, what deck do I not want to sit down across from? Well, it's Florian, and he's getting his teeth kicked in by everything else. Well,
as someone who's not as studied in current meta CC as you, and then also we don't have a non-prism main to argue against you. Yeah, you're right. What don't you want to sit across from?
Florian and like maybe Kasai, depending on what it looks like.
Announce our biases at least, yeah. But the segue I was going to do was terrible. So the segue is we got a new set coming out.
Yeah.
Good segue, right?
Jesus Christ.
So we got a new set coming out. We're going to get 2 new Guardians, which, talking about a lot of the same character, not necessarily the same character, same class, we'll have 7 Guardians in the current meta of CC.
Yes, I think one of these Guardians will play very few Guardian cards.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been thinking about that, too.
I think one of them is not really... Okay.
It could run...
He will play some Guardian cards. He will not play the Guardian cards that anyone else is playing.
He will not be playing red Guardian cards.
He's not playing blue Guardian cards.
I mean, you could... Maybe. I think there's a chance. I think there's a chance.
For 2.
Sure.
And swing for 6 or for 3.
For 4, maybe? I don't know.
Yes,
They
HP
trigger.
card 4.
They pitch and they trigger Rouse the Ancients.
They do trigger Rouse the Ancients. They absolutely do.
So to not beat around the bush and to explain ourselves a little more fully, there's a new set coming out. They've announced a few heroes. One of them is a 5 intellect hero, Lilith, Guardian Reviled is the talent.
Yes.
Uh,
Which is just heal. Everyone has been over this. It's wrestling.
yeah.
It's the wrestling set.
I'm not a wrestling fan, so I'm going to keep saying Reviled because that's
either.
the term on the side on the card.
Yeah.
But 5 intellect, which is incredibly awesome to me. I think that's so cool. Downside on the hero text, your cards you control have half rounded up attack and defense, which is also massive.
So that includes equipment and weapons.
Gosh. Wait, wait.
Yes,
that includes
that is
equipment on the.
Yes.
Oh.
What?
Wait. Okay. So wait. Tectonic plating blocks for 1 and then blocks for 1.
Yes.
That's fine. That's not okay. For a second there, I was. Yes. The first time you block with it. Oh no! I didn't think about that. Oh, I just haven't thought about equipment at all.
Because it has a -1 put on it.
I was thinking about how Anathos is actually like not that bad. Like it's very
I'm not
reasonable.
sure actually on the sequencing for temper.
It might not. It might not blow up. We'll find out at least.
I'm not sure. We'll probably see.
Sure. Anathos is probably not that bad.
On that might be weird.
Like Anathos is probably the weapon.
Anathos' 2 becomes 4.
That's fine. It's 3 for 4, which is the best rate you're going to get on any Guardian weapon.
It's 3 for 2.
It's 3 for 4 because you're not going to swing it unless it's 4.
So you're still spending 2 cards.
Yeah.
Swing 4.
Well, no, you're going to do something else with your turn. Whatever that is. You're going to do something else with your resources. That's what I'm thinking. That's immediately where I would start. Is I'm like, okay, Anathos is your best weapon. Where do you go from there? How do you...
I think he has a different weapon.
He just comes with a weapon. I think that's also a thing.
I mean, it's in his art.
Oh, does he have a weapon in his art? Did I just not pay attention to that?
Yeah, in his adult art, he has a hammer with a spike on the back of it.
He plays the unforgiving weapon.
No.
Which should also be bad.
Well, I don't think it's a polearm, but it could be a polearm.
No, it's probably a hammer. I don't know. Betsy didn't get a weapon, so... No,
she has the log in the art.
She's got High Striker.
No. High Riser,
whatever it's called. High Striker. Not worth remembering. High Striker? Yeah, I'm not remembering it. No, is that the card that makes copper? What's that card called?
Oh, yes. It makes next time an attack you control hits this turn, makes 6 copper. Is the red. And the blue makes 2.
A better weapon for Lilith than any other weapon right now. Yeah, it's probably going to be a Guardian weapon that's like base power 1, give it +3 under circumstances. That would be very reasonable.
Get plus whatever, and he's going to have like 2 cycles of front pumps that give +3 to or 4 to 6, and you get booed or something like that.
Not to go on about speculations too long, we'll be getting 2 Guardians in that set, which means we will have 7 Guardians in CC. Is that a problem? It's not like upfront a problem, but it's like that's a heck ton of Guardians in Classic Constructed.
I'm going to draw a comparison.
Sure.
We have like 40 heroes in CC right now.
Sure.
How many of them see competitive play?
You just said 8 earlier. No, it's probably like half.
10.
It's probably like half, maybe a little under half.
20.
15, 20. Less than half.
Yeah.
40%.
So we don't actually have 40 heroes in the game for competitive.
Sure.
So I guess I'm going to check what your problem is at the end of my point.
Sure.
Because we don't have a problem with Hero Bloat.
No.
This is the widest meta we've ever had, and this is the closest we've had to a problem with Hero Bloat, but we
True.
like, don't really. None of the Guardians see play.
Yeah.
So is the problem that there's too many Guardians, or that they all suck?
So, well, okay, that's I kind of want to cover both of those, right? So, if there's too many Guardians, if you round up a fourth of classic constructed heroes are Guardians,
yeah,
a fourth of them are Guardians, then it's like,
but 0 of the relevant ones.
You're unincentivized to print more Guardians. You're probably unincentivized to have a Guardian set for a long while, which is probably fine.
No. Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
I mean, I think that's proven by the fact that they are giving us 2 new Guardians in Super Slam, and we literally can't play them with the current card pool.
True.
So they can give us Guardians and not have it be a problem. They can give us a Guardian set and not have it be a problem. And this is also then backed up by like Rosetta and the way they organize like that set structure, which I would actually not be surprised if this set was very similar in that there were no cards at common that only one hero could play.
I would like that. And I think the set structure is looking like it, right? Where it's like 2 Reviled, 2 Guardian.
We haven't seen any cards at common that are for a single hero.
True.
We've seen none. Which both the Guardians would love playing with auras.
Yes.
In some regard.
Yes.
Both the Brutes probably would play similar cards. They're not dissimilar, at least. One is not Intimidate based or whatever.
They're not actually so like the Guardians are like very specific in what they want to do, but there's a lot of overlap in the in the whatever.
These 2 particular Guardians.
Yeah. Yes. The Brutes are actually more vague, so they could just have natural overlap because they just want to do brute related things.
They can just find it.
Yeah.
But then like we also just have a bunch of revered cards and reviled cards.
Mm-hmm. And that's fine.
And we don't have...
I don't know how the revered heroes seem to... like where the overlap in revered looks.
Yeah.
But reviled looks like there's good overlap in the sense that it's just small attacks that you use what your heroes are doing to buff them.
Yeah, so in checking on that, I pulled up the spoilers page on Fabry, and I put placeholders on so I can see where cards are missing in the set.
A classic Kevinism.
So Tough Nut Adult is at 001, Young is at 002, and then we have 3 through 6, which I assume are Revered Brute, because then 7 is the Numbskull Charm, which is Revered Brute instant at super rare.
Yes.
And then we have a single card slot. And then we have Pleiades.
Oh, well then there
is one card at super rare or lower that is Revered Brute specific.
It probably is just another one of the...
Another super rare.
Another super rare. What do they call them? Signature move? It's probably another signature move.
Yeah, something like that. Because there's like 40 super rares.
Yeah. So cool.
And then Pleiades is adult at, what is this? 009, Young at 010.
I hope some of these super rares are generic.
11 and 12 are unknown. 13 is Thespian Charm, which is the charm that they have for Pleiades. And then 14 through 18 are, I assume, Revered Guardian or similar. But then 19 is just Revered.
Wait, what is the third line of text on Thespian?
Return an aura permanent you control to its owner's hand.
Oh, okay.
So it lets you reset an aura of suspense.
I was wondering if it would have like some, there's this set is just absolutely littered with like references to different things, whether it's wrestling or also like the charms are kind of like a reference to Magic. But there's a card in Magic that's notorious, Thespian Stage, and I was like, I wonder if it has something to do with counters on your auras, in the same way Thespian Stage messes with the Merit Lage land,
Dark Depths.
Dark Depths, yeah, that would have been funny, but
no, this is going to be very similar to Rosetta.
I'm excited.
I think
I loved Rosetta Limited, honestly. I thought it was great.
Rosetta Limited was an excellent drafting process. I was a big fan of it. And this is looking to be very similar. I'm just going to check real quick. Reviled Brute, excuse me, looks very similar in its structure, as does Reviled Guardian. What are we talking about with weapon? They don't get weapons in Limited.
Yeah, but they could get weapons. They have weapons that that'll LL with them eventually, right?
But
in theory,
they might not have weapons.
That's fine. They might get weapons later.
That's going to be really weird for Lyath. But
yes, which is why. Let's say they don't give him any weapons. Anathos is where it's hard. Best one that he'd get.
Maybe.
Actually, I guess you know what. Titan's Fist would go 2 to 3 because it gives itself +1 as well.
Yeah, it would just be.
That's probably fine.
Maybe. But yeah, I think that's already a good choice for something like this, where they're going back to that 2x2 thing, and it's going to increase the quality of your draft decks substantially, which I think is also probably important when you don't have a weapon.
I have another niche scenario for why multiple Guardians in Classic Constructed could be unfavorable. You're a new player. You're going to start on a hero, and you're going to invest in a hero based on aesthetics. The fourth of the heroes are Guardians. Your likelihood of picking a Guardian is higher than other classes. And then you get invested in Guardian, and Guardian sucks. Which is actually the other point that we were going to get at, is not all of these Guardians are playable right now. Bravo, Betsy. Wait, actually, no, let's add an easier list. Guardians that are playable right now. Victor, Jarl. There's 2, right? Unless Pallades and
fringe.
Unless somebody finds a way to crack Lilith and make them broken, then it's like 2. And then what's next? Like Betsy?
I feel like there's one we're missing.
Valda.
She is also legal right now, and I've literally not seen one.
She's legal. I've seen her in testing only, like watching the locals play it, and then they would go to the actual armory and they'd be like, "Oh no, I'm not actually playing Valda. I just think the character looks cool." I don't want to risk my armory games on playing Valda.
Okay.
Sure. So what does Guardian need out of this set and a half they're getting?
I think there's not. Honestly, I don't know that there's much in Guardian Mastery Pack that is going to help Guardian, because so much of it seems targeted at Guardian for Crack Shuffle play purposes or Smash Palace purposes.
That we've seen so far.
But
you are right. I see that.
We have like half the set.
Do we? Do we already have like half?
I think so.
Better or more general crush cards? I want red.
Okay, we don't quite have half, but we've got like a third of it, and it's like.
How about red Boulder Drop?
I don't think we've seen that yet.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, cards that Guardian needs, like maybe like red Boulder Drop, red Arsenal Drop.
Red Boulder Drop would be sick. But you got this sick Macho Grande reprint instead.
That looks cool. It looks dope. Yeah. It's by the same person it's by the same person who did High Striker. And they put the High Striker character in the background.
Yeah.
We're going full circle here.
This block card is like not disinteresting.
Which one? I'm sorry.
Just red 4 block. When this defends, you may reveal a card with Crush from your hand if you do make a Seismic Surge.
Yeah, that's great. That's actually insane.
That's kind of a sick card.
Block 4, and then your next turn is red.
You block 7 and send Chokeslam.
Chokeslam. Yeah, that was the word I was looking for. But yeah, I like
4 card 15 with an on hit.
Clark's point of better, more general crush cards.
Which
Is
like
one thing.
you need like it needs to be 3 for 7s. This is the thing that like people are arriving at for Victor is like you either need hands that are playable with 2 cards, or you need to have a test of strength in the hand to make it a 3-card hand again.
Yeah.
Because like your relevant on hits are CNC plus pummel, or you need Crush the Weak in the deck.
Well, more
which is a 2-card play, or you need Spinal Crush. Yes, but then if you just have more 3 for 7s that have actual on hits, like Red Boulder Drop,
yes,
then that fixes that. That fills into that slot of good 2-card hands.
Guardian plays better when the meta is narrow.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a tempo deck, not unlike Assassin.
Yes.
Or Ranger, but like it acts on a slightly different axis where its strengths compared to those is its armor blocks really well and it fatigues better.
Sure, but the trade-off with Assassin has excellent tools for targeting whatever meta shows up.
Yes.
And Ranger has a massive suite of arrows to bring the particular one that will do the most. Like when Redline Syndra was really big, Azalea put Hamstring Shot back in because it just takes an entire card from them on hit.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's the
I do also
Guardian
think
doesn't have a toolbox that's that effective yet.
I'm also trying to think about what would be good cards for Betsy and Bravo because they're almost the same hero. But 4 for 8s are good for them. 3-card plays. And then also like 2-card plays because you might run Tectonic Plating. I don't know.
Well,
it's
Betsy, it's only good if it wagers.
More wager cards?
She literally can't use her hero ability if it doesn't wager.
Betsy's so narrow in what she could do.
Yeah.
Oh, Betsy.
Like, Bravo's fine, but he wants... Like, you need to be able to play 2-card hands right now. And Guardian doesn't have enough tools to do that.
Here's my next question is... One of the strengths that Guardian has over these other tempo decks is it has a 3 for 4 weapon. Or, like, just good, strong, fatiguey weapons. Does that matter in Flesh and Blood 3.0? Like, it feels like it hasn't mattered since we moved to having big power cards being a point in your decks. Yeah, misfail, right?
Yeah. I mean, we had all of MST, which was just curb stomped Guardian. And then we had Rosetta with Aurora and Flicker Wisp, Arc Lightning, Acilio with Gone in a Flash combo, Florian with Germinate, and Verdance with Healing Pot combo.
Yeah. There's a lot of board state decks. We had
Hunted, which is a massive amount of evasion in terms of just Flick Knives or Assassin Reacts or Attack Reacts for Fang. And then we have High Seas, which is 2 decks that actually do struggle probably against Guardian in Puffin and Marlin. Marlin actually might be okay because she's actually just a Guardian in disguise. And then Gravy Bones, who just gatekeeps you because he's Enigma Light.
Yeah.
So
it's
like you've had just 4 sets in a row that just kind of kick Guardian in the
teeth. But it's also like even the like aggressive decks. It's like Flick Knives like for Syndra or like fatiguing Aurora kind of wasn't a thing. Like it was but it wasn't. Not for Guardians.
Arc Lightning, Flicker Wisp just said go away.
Yes, like I mean not that Auroras weren't fatigued because they were, but like if they planned for it, studied for it. Specifically, Guardian's flavor of fatigue is not. You're actually what's going to happen is you're going to kill them because you high rolled them, or everything lined up perfectly, and then it's like you're not fatiguing them. You're just winning the game.
You're just tempoing them.
Yeah, you're just tempoing them, and it's like your weapon doesn't. And in that specific situation, you hopefully are not swinging your weapon because your weapon is not tempoing anybody. It's a late game insurance card. Yeah, it's not Winner's Whale. And so like I wonder if like Guardian weapons are just not contributing to their game plan in Flesh and Blood 3.0.
I mean, they're not because like the Guardian game plan just doesn't work.
Sure.
But like if they had Winner's Whale, they'd be in a better spot. If they have Crown of Seeds, obviously Jarl is a real deck. Like, he just runs Rampart plus Crown of Seeds, and he's just kind of chilling, especially against Flick Knives. Flick Knives just doesn't exist.
True.
Crown of Seeds exists.
I guess that's a good
way.
point. Yeah. Another reason that card should be banned. Another in the long list.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's hard to take the old Guardian stuff and put it into this metagame where things are just more explosive. And then Enigma was just a better fatigue deck than you with CYB. So
that's what I want to see in Guardian Mastery Pack is Guardian weapons with on hits. On hit toughness token. 3 for 3 on hit toughness token.
Okay.
It's a thing.
Okay.
It's a thing.
I could see that.
You don't want to block 3 for just a toughness token.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a thing. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's. I agree with you that because I've never subscribed to the idea of hero bloat because I think the only time hero bloat might be a problem is if we have too many decks in the meta game, like that are competitive and viable, and then at that point that might just be like a meta problem.
Yeah.
So I'm not concerned about hero bloat, but it does feel weird when Guardian is not doing so hot that we just have a surplus of Guardians that aren't earning LO points. Though there are good players in Flesh and Blood that want to play Guardians, so I'm sure as soon as they get good, or if some of these cards we haven't seen yet are absurd, we could just see Guardian Winter, which I don't know if I'm excited for anymore now that I play Assassin, but you know, I'm here for it. Let them have their day in the sun again.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
But the fact that these Guardians in Super Slam probably don't use a lot of the current Guardian pool is fairly telling. And either they're going to be very good and use it very well, or they're going to continue to be bad because these cards have been numerically bad.
To talk about spoilers more, how do you feel so far on the information we know about for the new Ira Precon? The new Ira Armory deck.
Oh, the arms look pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all people are talking about is these arms look crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think they're going to be like you get 8 or 9 damage out of them over the course of the game. I think it's going to be you get 3 or 4.
I think it's
and
more about
your spots kind of carefully.
What they're giving +1 to, right? So I'm going to read them real quick. It's Blade Break 2 arms. Attack reaction, tap, banish an Edge of Autumn you control. Target ninja attack gets +1. Attack action card. Whenever an attack you control with Vengeance in the name hits, you may equip an Edge of Autumn from your banish zone. So the immediate game plan is you attack with a Vengeance card, you tap this, give it +1, banish Edge of Autumn. You hit because you give it +1, you get your Edge of Autumn back, but also you could just give anything +1 and then maybe hit with a card with Vengeance later.
Yeah.
Plus it blocks too. That was the part that surprised me. It has Blade Break 2.
Yeah. I think the fact that it has Blade Break 2 says it's going to get used less than we think. Just because, like...
I think it also needs to compete with the one that makes your blues give +1 and can't be prevented. Shuko's a pretty good card. Blocks 2. Can give you like 3 or 4 points of value on cards that weren't going to give you good rate. It gets around prevention, which can totally matter in certain matchups. So, like that card, that arms piece is pretty good. The fact that you have to compete with it, this is pretty good. It's pretty good competition right here.
Yeah.
How do you think about the Ira Precon? How do you think
I'm glad
about Ira post Precon?
I don't know. I don't think it's like that real.
Sure.
It's like fine. I think they put it up against the deck that it's built to beat. When they did the video of Armory deck versus Armory deck, They put it up against the deck it's gonna beat a lot because they put it up against Gravy Bones, which is you hit with something, you go get
I was
Whirling
trying to
Mist
remember.
Blossom. Whirling
Yeah.
Mist Blossom hits an ally. You draw 2 cards, and it gets to do the thing.
It's a ninja into Gravy Bones, and in particular, this one now has new specific tools that are good into Gravy Bones.
Yeah. I think that mask is not real enough for CC. That's just not enough. Mask Momentum is just better. Edge of Autumn is going to be they're trying to what they're trying to do is make sure Edge of Autumn is fine for Ira when Katsu LLs, because then Harmonized Kodachis go.
Yeah.
And that's
true.
Not
Harmonized Kodachi pretty good.
Yeah.
You gotta have a
you
gotta have a reason to want to play Edge of Autumn, I feel like, because like if the reason is you have to play it, this is the only weapon choice, that doesn't feel good. And we definitely don't want feel bads in your weapons a lot, I feel like. The mask says instant tap, discard a card, search your deck for a Whirling Mist Blossom. Activate only if you've hit this turn. Blade Break 2 as well.
Yep.
Pretty good, I guess. I don't know if it replaces anything. It's all right.
It's 3 times a game, or however many times you have Whirling Mist Blossom in your deck, you get to Katsu for a Whirling Mist Blossom.
If Gravy Bones was tier 0, I feel like this card is 100% playable.
It's neat. It's better.
Yes.
The problem is it's just like not working into anything else. It's not enough into anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And like if you get your Edge of Autumn like stuck and it can't come out of Banish, you're gonna have real problems in this deck, because all of your go again is combo Edge of Autumn.
Yeah. Yep. That's
so. I think the deck will die to like
a
couple D reacts or some armor.
I beat some open CC Ira decks where I de-reacted their Vengeance card and then made sure I had a de-react for all the other Vengeance cards, and that was it. That was the game plan for the rest of the game. They lost their weapon and all their cards
Suddenly their deck is
all their
really
cards that say, if Edge of Autumn, target attack gets +1, and when this hits, if Edge of Autumn was the last, these cards don't do anything. So
yeah,
if you build your old deck around it and you can't get it back. But I guess that's like, I don't know.
Yep.
Assassins can kind of be that way too, where they can like put all their eggs in one basket and get stuffed by a D-react. So it's not like but
you're relying on a flick to mark somebody, and then they discard a shelter in response.
Yeah.
And suddenly your Take Up the Mantle doesn't swap into something like...
Yes. Your Take Up the Mantle gives +2.
Yeah.
God dang.
Yeah,
it's brutal.
It's just kind of like that.
And so in that sense, it's like, man, it's still like kind of playable. And so maybe it's actually not that bad, but I don't know. There can be feels bad moments, and that's something to think about when you're playing the deck, I guess. But
I think it is balanced to be an armory deck, and I think it will probably be one of the better armory decks.
Sure.
Just because there aren't a ton of D-reacts in the other armory decks.
True.
But I think some people are talking about putting this stuff in Katsu in CC.
I've heard of that.
And that's maybe possible. Also because Ira just doesn't have a tutor for combo cards. She's just gonna sit around and wait for them, and like they're fine. They can function without the other pieces because they all combo off Edge of Autumn. But Katsu getting to like fully piece all of them together for this stuff like Edge of Autumn 0-4 go again, arm the Edge of Autumn, it hits, go re-equip it, Edge of Autumn again into the another 0-4 or 0-5, and like you get to have some crazy turns because he gets to tutor, but it's still just, I don't know if it's enough, and I think you probably run into a similar problem.
I think that the one complaint I haven't heard that I expected to hear, I feel like I always hear this when a ninja card comes out, is this is a new combo line if you wanted to play it in Katsu, as opposed to flourishing existing combo lines, right? Because for a while there, that was the thing, is they were just like, here's a new line for Katsu, and now you can have your choice of which 3 combo lines you put in your deck. Now, you can pretty much get away with just Surging Strike now, but, like, still.
So, I understand, like, what they're trying to say and what they think they're saying, but what they're actually saying is we want more Bonds of Ancestry.
Yes. Yeah, that is kind of it. It's like that,
Like,
or if it was like,
just...
if Head Jab could turn into like 7 different things, then maybe there's a weird Head
like
Jab deck. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
If it could turn into something, but not on hit.
For a while there, it was, and I don't think it's the case anymore. For a while there, it was like, okay, we have our Surging Strike line, but then we also have to add in, like, I don't know, a little bit of a break tide line, just because there's not enough Surging Strike related cards to make a deck out of. I don't think that's the case anymore, but that was a complaint for a while.
Yeah, which, like, I understand, but, like, then they, and maybe, like, if they had, like, made Bonds of Ancestry, like, not as good, then the Descendant edition wouldn't have been as, like, egregious, because, like, Descendant Gustwave was actually a really cool addition for those combo lines. It was great. It was a middle piece and a starter, but then they put Bonds of Ancestry in, which is your other flex slot, and they just completely broke that card in half.
Yes, they did.
So...
Oh, well. Katsu do Katsu things. I feel like this stuff is more tailored for specifically Ira. People trying to put it in Katsu. That might be kind of funny, but I think very specifically they tried not to make it awesome in Katsu. And I'm okay with that. It's not for them. I think the last hot take I have is not mine.
Okay.
It's yours.
Oh. So I'm going to preface this with, I am still optimistic and I trust LSS, and it is a different point in the game's history and the company's position. I don't know that LSS acquiring Savage Feats is actually a benefit. I think it is.
So I'll
a great.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, I think it's an excellent acknowledgement of what Ethan and Nathan have built in Savage Feats and what they've done for the game in kind of building the coverage up, being community members who built the coverage team for LSS. Savage Feats started because LSS was cutting back coverage. And in our opinions, or in most of the community's opinion, including the established caster base that we had, mismanaging it.
Yeah.
And we saw Ethan and Nathan basically build it from scratch and say, we're going to do it right, and we're just going to do it because you aren't doing it right. So now this is over 2 years ago.
True.
The first event they did was like Dusk Till Dawn release weekend, Battle Hardened.
Yes. It was a while ago.
That was 2 years ago. That was like Baltimore. Casting at Baltimore was weird. There was a bunch of crap that happened behind the scenes with that that was really nasty. LSS was a different company then. Or not a different company. LSS was a much younger company then. They've seen what Ethan and Nathan have built over the last 2 years. They've worked with them over the last 2 years. They've had them do every tier 4 event. I trust Ethan and Nathan to do everything right.
And also, would you say in this sense you're saying that this is a bad thing or like a neutral thing, them picking them up?
I'm saying I don't know if it's a positive thing.
Okay. So you're not explicitly saying it's a bad thing.
No.
Okay. That's
everything I've seen
more
is
clarification,
like blanket celebration of took them long enough, should have done it earlier, all of this stuff. And I'm like, LSS didn't run it great last time.
True. True.
And
I
yes,
remember
they
I was watching Baltimore. I was watching
yeah.
there was what was it? There was other events even before Baltimore where it's just like, oh, it felt it was a there was an event, I can't remember it, that was LSS Run, and it felt like
Barcelona.
Was it Barcelona? Where it was just like it
Wouldn't surprise me.
felt bad. It was hard to watch.
Barcelona
Like it was
felt
rough.
bad.
Okay.
Barcelona
That
was
was
hard
it.
to watch. It wasn't LSS Run. It was run by a group in Europe that LSS was like, yeah, you can do the broadcast. But
Sure.
like, everyone watching it was like, this is miserable. The audio quality is terrible. We can't hear the casters.
That was
or
it.
it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
the microphones were just awful, and they were buying new microphones mid-broadcast or something and running out to get them. Like, Barcelona was awful. And then they started flying out Savage Feats to do every Tier 4 event. And it's been fantastic. And that's just LSS saying, yeah, we'll pay you to do it. And trusting, like, them to, like, just having them do it. I mean, the people are going to be Savage Feats who...
Their point is like, or what Clark said is, doesn't this just mean that the people running it at LSS are going to be Savage Feats, who have been running it well?
So I don't know how much this changes. It might basically change nothing.
It just remains the high quality Savage Feats stuff that we expect.
Yes, it could. It absolutely could, and I hope it does, because they've been killing it.
My expectation is it's just better. Like, it's just going to be better. It's Savage Feats with more resources is my thought.
I hope.
Yeah, and I hope too,
LSS
right?
Yes, yeah. But this would be LSS doing that for like the first time, where they're like, it feels like they're actually like investing within the company into their own coverage setup.
True.
Which it doesn't feel like they've done very well. Like, they've run like a couple things out of APAC, like for callings, or like I think World Premiere. I don't know.
No, there was. I forgot the event.
Savage Feats, I thought.
I forgot the event, but there was definitely an event in APAC.
There's a couple callings
that like Alex Norville, like he spearheaded the whole thing. Like he basically set up the event in the same way like Ethan would set up an event. You know, get casters, set the whole thing up.
And like if this is just them saying, yeah, we're just going to pull you under the LSS umbrella officially, we're going to pay you through that, we're going to run stuff through that, and just make everything easier because of that, and you don't have to run your own company. If they're doing this and it actually makes it easier on Ethan, excellent.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Perfect. That's my expectation. I think that's what is happening.
Yeah. If that's what it is, great.
Sure.
LSS has a little bit to prove to me on this.
Sure.
Savage Feats does not.
No. They're great.
Biggest asterisk on all of this is Savage Feats as a group running an event, doing coverage for an event is fantastic, and I trust them with it, and I see their dedication like every time because the coverage is better literally every event.
It's so crazy how like event over event you're like noticing things and you're like, oh, that's like kind of nice. You know, they upgraded
just,
this.
3 months later the next PT's a little bit better. It's like, no, they're doing a battle harden and it's better than the calling they just did.
Yeah.
Like, that's if they are given the autonomy and this is just to make everything easier for Ethan and Nathan, done. Perfect. Love it. Excellent. But I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And I don't know what was going on behind the scenes for them to set up and run everything before.
True.
For them to get contracted to do an event and what restrictions they had or didn't have. I don't see any of that.
I can see what you're saying, where it's like they previously were a smaller, younger company where they might have had these heuristics that they believed in. They're like, oh, well, this is a thing that happens in our broadcast or something like that. Or we can trust this person because they've had this experience in a broadcast. And then they fall into these pit holes on accident, or maybe accidentally on purpose. Like, you know, they built the hole that they fall into. Holding on to relics of past broadcasts. Sure.
Or rules of past broadcast structures that don't need to be there or don't fit the game or whatever. Like stuff like that. It's like, sure, that's fine. You're figuring out what to do, but then Savage Feats went out and did a lot of that for you.
Yeah.
So if they're just going to pull Savage Feats on the umbrella and make it easier and let them do their thing, perfect. Love it. Excellent. That's what I want to see.
But if they like corpo top down, here's what we want Ethan to do. Micromanage, that could suck.
Yes.
I could see that.
Start saying you have to do this, this, and this thing, and Savage Feats says I don't want to, and they're like, you work for us.
Yes.
I don't see LSS doing this.
There is a
last time.
Yeah.
That LSS was controlling broadcasts like that. We just lost all of our coverage of SCG events. All the Battle Hardened coverage disappeared.
Oh yeah, that's right. We just stopped having.
That was back when. That's why Savage Feats started. We lost all that coverage. We had callings that didn't have coverage.
Yep.
Like.
And that was another.
Yes, that's. That was years ago.
Yeah.
The company is a third the size or some nonsense. Then.
Yeah.
Like. It's a different time. I understand. But like, let Savage Feats do their thing.
They also had like less weight they could throw around as a company. Like I'm sure their negotiations with SCG were very different. But also like there was another point that you had made to me previously about this that I thought was interesting, which was, well, if Savage Feats is officially working for LSS, then who's doing Battle Hardens? Who's
doing the min-max events?
Yeah.
Who's doing... Yeah.
Yes. And
Who
that's
would do like a Realm 20K?
Yeah, these are like large events that are not LSS directly sponsored. And
they're not a calling.
Yeah, they're not a calling.
They might not be a Battle Harden.
Yeah, and there's like, also like there's just like a lot of Battle Hardens that Savage Feats used to do, and maybe like the idea is like top down is not being controlling, but they might be like, hey, can we have you focus on these events more and make these bigger events even bigger instead of focusing on smaller events? Could be a theoretical statement that some top down direction could look like.
Yeah, because like I don't know if we get coverage of all the min-max run Battle Hardens anymore. Because we don't get coverage of all Battle Hardens that are standalone.
True.
So I don't know what happens there.
And this is where you, viewer, stick up and you quit your job and you go around
and you start Savage Feats 2.
Savage Feats 2.
Holy.
You could call it Second Swing, because it's the second hit at being a Savage Feats. It's the second take at it. I don't know. I don't know. I personally fully believe this is just going to work out fine. It's going to be great, actually. But there is some I
trust that LSS has learned their lesson.
We're going to be watching to make sure.
One way I see this game having issues and going bad is coverage gets cut down or limited in whatever way, and I don't want to see that happen. And yeah, if
Savage Feats 2, Ooga Booga. That's great.
Yeah, just like if you just let Savage Feats do their thing, and this is just to make I've said this like 5 times. If this is just making everything easier and it's still going to be the same process for everything, go for it.
Well, it's like
go nuts. But
we love and respect Ethan and Nathan, and we expect them to do well, and so we want to set all these clarifications up because we don't want to dog on them. They're great. There's a part of me that's just like, there's a lot of room for their company to grow. Hire me.
This is like being protective of the great coverage they've given us.
Oh yeah, like
this is like this concern is born out of
out of passion.
Good thing could disappear.
Yes, exactly.
It's so good for the game.
Yes. So, oh man, it does feel like we're on eggshells, and I'm okay with that though. In this scenario,
yes.
God dang,
I want this to be a message to LSS if they're watching of like, hey, please don't ruin this.
Yeah, don't ruin this.
We've had this really good thing going, and it started because it wasn't a good thing.
So I will say, I've listened to the most recent, and this is also part of my, I already, I'm an LSS simp, so like, I'm a shill. So it's like completely, I already had complete faith in them. But Sam O'Byrne was on Fresh and Buds, which came out today as of recording, and Sam was like, there was a brief moment where they talked about Savage Feats. Well, I say brief. I think at 2 points they brought up Savage Feats being brought on, and he said that he didn't have any say in it, but ever since he was hired, he wanted to work with them immediately and as often as possible. And so he was like, I wanted this to happen. It wasn't his place to like decide on something like that. Sure. But he wanted it to happen. And also that, a large part of doing this, or a large benefit to doing this, is to make communication a lot easier between Savage Feats, casters, and LSS, where it's like there's a lot of like red tape involved as soon as you have multiple companies and parties working together on something. And
you have to go sign a contract, and this has to
maybe
happen.
you can't agree to this thing immediately. You can't agree to this immediately. You have to like say, let me follow up with this person before I can say yes to this. And it's like, if you're all under the same umbrella, then it's like, hey, LSS, can I do this wacky thing in this event? And it's like, normally, okay, well, let me ask this person, let me ask this person, let me do this, let me confirm with this guy. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, that sounds like kind of good. Let me just double check something. But yeah, like, go ahead and start working on that. And so
if this is just removing a step and removing a barrier, and everything continues in the same direction that it has been going, go for it. And hearing Sam talk about it was really good. And I know that like that wouldn't have been Sam's choice. That would have been a James White level choice, I think.
Probably.
That entire company under LSS.
Yes.
But it can be a very good thing. It should be a very good thing. I trust that it's going to be a very good thing.
I'm excited for it.
And I'm a skeptic.
Naturally.
This is
welcome
what I
to
do
the show.
Testing, is I poke holes in all of the little things that people are doing.
How to get better?
It looks like I'm really mad at people.
How to get better at trading card games? Just be hyper skeptical.
We talked about this at my job because they did one of those strength finders things.
Oh no. I think I might have to do one of those too. Oh, yes, of course.
And one of the they had balconies and basements were the terms they use for the positives and the negatives.
The middle management jargon. I hate it so much.
I hate it. But one of like the basements was that like you're appearing overly critical.
Oh, it's so good.
Which is to say that like I'm with this like 99%, but it seems like I'm against it 90% because of the things that I'm asking.
Because
I'm with this. But I have questions.
Yeah.
And I want to see it work still.
And that's fair. The part that I thought was most interesting when Sam was talking was he was saying that he feels like they're getting at, I think this was a throwaway comment too, but I took it very seriously and read into it super hard, as I always do. So he was like, he thinks they're almost at the ceiling for what a production team of their size can do.
Sure. Well, I mean,
which is exciting because he was also talking about other production teams for other card games, which are much, much bigger. So, I have no accolades to my name, but LSS, I will do anything to get Ethan Van Sant a coffee every day. Oh, that was sick. You need to do more coverage. You need to put yourself on air more. Holy frick.
I would sign up to do that for a day 3. If I'm not in day 3 of a PT,
that's the problem is you need to quit your pro player
Quit
job.
playing.
Yeah, you need to become.
Yeah, so I'm
What
not
is
playing
what's the
day
term?
3.
What's the term you used? You need to become washed so that you can you can be a pro caster. There you go.
Oh my.
Nothing wrong with that though. Like anybody listening to what I just said, actually most people not listening to what I said, washed players are gonna to keep with the metaphor, they're gonna ring you out because most of these guys are like actually just killers. So I don't know. Analyst Desk is super sick actually. That's super dope.
Yeah, that'd be really neat.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be great if you can like sit down and like actually like talk about game plans and like have more than a minute intro for each deck going into a game. Like going into each top 8 game, you get like actually 5 minutes on each side and like how they interact and things to look for and like the way equipment gets used and like the different presentations of
you could have like a
sideboards,
post game analysis a bit too, like this
Yeah,
particular
so,
turn
like-
was awesome. And
yeah, like that for a top 8 would be so cool.
you know what would also be great is events would probably be streamed on time because you have these windows between games where you're doing analytics and it's still something on screen other than, billboards for the upcoming events. And
filler for 15 minutes.
you have actual proper filler, which is these analytics moments.
Actually talking about the game.
Yeah, which is super cool, and that means you probably don't delay your stream by 3 hours in order to have a snappy stream, which I do love. I was watching a Magic stream, or I was trying to tune into a Magic stream the other day, and it was going all day, and I think it was on a Saturday, and I tuned into the stream 4 times, and every time I tuned in, they were on break, and I was like,
No,
and it just says
really
coming back soon. Like it doesn't even give you like a time frame they're going to be back on. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to click off and do something else. So I do appreciate the snappiness.
They have it on like a 3-hour delay. If they were to do like an analyst desk, they could probably do it on like a 2-hour delay and have like.
I'm looking for a 1 hour delay.
Woven in. I don't know that I want it to be that much because also there's a question of like. Actually getting stuff to line up properly. But since they run 2 games every round, that's probably much easier to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I've really appreciated the way they've had it set up recently, where there's like no delay between games. But when we can put something in between the games that's like actually like people have time during that game to take notes and rewind and look at what happened, and people aren't going like, oh, did they pitch this card? I don't remember. The person at the analyst desk can go rewind, check, yes, go back. All right.
Yeah.
And it's so much higher quality. Like getting to do my VOD reviews is so much better than just like watching the game live and going through. Because it's like I get to pause, break down a choice for 5 minutes, then keep going.
Yeah.
And I can 2x through the stuff that doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. They can talk about how Majin Bay missed the sink blow for like 5 minutes.
They sure can.
And I would be
They can read through every
rolling
word text on Conquer of the High Seas, and they can put it right next to Command and Conquer. And they can examine the high tide.
They're gonna have a whole studio room set up. They'll have a whole studio room set up for the analyst desk. So then it's like, and actually, over to Kevin with the breakdown for Conqueror, and it's you, and you're standing in front of a green screen, and you just gesture very broadly to a giant picture of Conqueror of the High Seas, and you can be like,
it's one of those
right
smart
here.
boards that like they have on like LCS, where it's like they've got the team fight and they can draw over it, and it's just the card.
You like circle,
just, like,
you
draw
circle
a
like
square around the text.
You draw a square around the enter button between text paragraphs where you're just like, and you can see right here where it doesn't include the line of text where you can not play D-Reacts.
Where it's distinct effects.
Yes. Oh gosh.
Some excellent trolling.
Oh man. Grade A stuff right there. Hire me. Actually, I guess to preface that, since we're being so diligent to be careful not to like hurt anything, I think very technically I couldn't take a job at LSS traveling the country to help with production, though I'd want to. I'd want to so bad, but I don't think I actually feasibly can. But
why not?
Why not? Actually, if it paid like $1 more than the job I'm making right now, then I think I would. I think it'd be hard for me to not.
If they paid as much as your current job and paid for all your travel and food while traveling.
Yeah, that's like minimum wage plus $1. Like that's not that hard to do actually. Now that I think about it, I work for the government. They don't really pay us. I'm paid in food stamps. Actually, if I could talk about my job for a second, they just had to pass like a rule talking about how our jobs should be paid enough to where a single individual living in a single person's household can't not apply for food stamps because they felt bad that some of their employees would be working for the local government and need food stamps.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad. So yeah, I don't actually make any money. I make just barely enough to say that I make money, and I need
you not on
that.
Food stamps.
Yeah, I'd go get coffee. I'd go usher players to their seats. I'd do whatever they said for me to do. That would be dope.
Oh my god, brother, we need to get you a better job.
No.
I'm looking at my job.
As compensation,
like,
I just sleep all day. So.
Do I need to keep track anymore?
Frick. Okay. I think that's it. Is there anything else we were going to talk about other than my bad job?
Not that I can think of immediately.
I'm excited for where this is going, and actually, what I'm super excited about is Worlds. They got months to prepare. And I think Worlds is going to be awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
Was last Worlds awesome? Like 100% awesome? Because I feel like
Osaka Worlds, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Osaka Worlds was great.
Osaka Worlds was probably like the first Worlds where it was like,
yes.
It wasn't plagued by something.
Yes.
Which was great. And I
agree.
Well, now that's the expectation. We had a Worlds that didn't suck, so now it needs to be slightly above, that. Which is great. And I expect it to be. So I think that wraps it up. Remember to go check out our merch at the tablepit-shop.fourthwall.com where you can get shirts that say things like, I got this shirt on, which says, I comply with Rule 4.5.3A of the Flesh and Blood Comprehensive Rules safely, awesome, and extremely often and extremely well. Oh, look, Kevin's got a shirt. It says, no blocks is mathematically correct. Kevin's got his own shirt. Kevin's got a couple of shirts on the website. One of them is no blocks is mathematically correct. Actually, I talked about my shirt. My shirt's not on the website because I don't think I can get away with selling a shirt that says Flesh and Blood on it. So I cannot publicly sell that shirt. DM me. If you want to make this stream look nicer and help get supplies for our project videos, you can support us at patreon.com/thetablepit. I'm going to be sending Wyatt with Table Pit money. I'm going to buy him a cord so that he can plug his webcam up to his computer. His webcam is too far from his computer, so he can't plug it in.
Boy.
Kevin, you got any shout-outs?
Wyatt's bank account because it's struggling.
Holy frick.
Jesus. Holy
crap. Moly. No, but you've been having videos come out on your channel. What have you
one went out today.
One went out today. You've been doing a recent series of tech cards for Prism.
Yeah.
Which people ask you about but then didn't watch the video for.
I think it's a little more niche, and it's the people who are already deep into Prism want to hear what I say about those things, but not the people outside of that, because like people watch a decent amount of the video, they just don't click on it.
I'm going to be honest, I don't play Prism, so I watch all of the generic Prism videos, and I wasn't as personally hyped to watch the tech videos, so I'm a living example of that.
But no, I just put out a VOD review of like a Prism vs Marionette game that was from top 8 of UK Nats. I then a couple hours later, got a DM from Tim McCarthy, the Prism player who was in that video and who made the finals, asking if he could do the VOD review with me for the finals.
Yo, let's go! That's great. I love that.
Yeah,
that's good.
I had that recorded. I will be re-recording it. And
he's like looking at the screen like, oh, it's me. It's me. I'm on TV. Wait, let me on. Let me on. I want to talk. I want to give my opinion. No, it'd be great if he comes on and then he's just like, I wasn't thinking that at all. That wasn't what I was thinking at all. No, I was trying to do this. Like,
great.
He just argues with you the whole time. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Let's go.
So,
yeah, that's there. The last 2 tech card videos are going to come out on Saturday. I'm just going to dump them both. I'm not going to mess with that. And the written primer is in proofreading stage.
Ooh, yes, let's go.
So it is almost done.
Almost done.
And it should be out before Singapore.
Nice. That's super exciting.
And that will be, yeah.
For the table pit itself, we just had a project video come out where I made homemade slabs for my cards. And then I was like, and the purpose of it was because slabs are not strong enough. So I was like also testing my homemade slabs. And spoiler alert, I end up making a slab out of concrete that I like. And by that I mean I took the actual card without any other protective layer on top of it and immediately dipped it into concrete. It's great. It's genuinely great. Also, I have another project video that actually is probably going to have a pretty quick turnaround, which is less project and more story, which I'm excited about. I think it's going to be funny. But thank you all so much for watching. We do this every Thursday at 8 in Eastern. And we also have a show called No Blocks, a chilled Talishar stream where we do and sometimes don't block. That's on Saturdays at 9 a.m. This is consistent. We've actually planned it. This is just going to be a thing now. 9 a.m. To 11 on Saturdays, Eastern. Kevin, what are you doing 9 a.m. on Saturday?
Probably working extra hours.
Frick.
Because I was away last week.
We were wondering if you could come on eventually and tell us how to play Prism, because I know you've been helping Wyatt with Prism.
Sort of?
Sort of? Yeah, well then that would be perfect.
I don't know.
If you're not busy. I'm not calling you out right now. Also, we have, after that on Saturday, the design table, a chill fab stream, fab themed art stream where we're going to be doing art, and that's at 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Me and Amy doing art. I'm not sure what we're doing. I want one of them to be, we're just doing actual physical art, and we have like webcams set up, making like tokens. Might be cool. I don't know. We'll do art-related things on Saturday at 1. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye.